So yesterday we were working on our steel ingot factory, which is over there. We're redoing the bottom floor so we can run vehicles into it. And we're just going to continue with that today. Might get some more packaged liquid fuel in my inventory before I run out. Right. So last episode we got all of these prepared, and this is ready for to go down to the awesome sink. And the awesome sink, oh yeah, right. Yeah, we're constantly feeding the awesome sink at the moment. I'll tell you what we will do for the moment is let's come over here. I think we'll just disconnect these three. I might do it here because it's easier to just see it from here. And that'll just stop it coming in. All right. And then because they're all just sinking in. That's Mark 4. Yeah, all right. That'll all stop in a sec anyway. Alright, so I have to deal with that overflow. Elevator nudging won't be abused at all. You don't think so? No. I'd be interested in to see what people come up with. Alright, so I want... if that's what's coming in... I would have... that... overflow of that to there. I'm wondering... I think 6 will collide into the ceiling. Yeah, so it's got to be 5. So I think I can actually have it here. So that one there, and then that one can go, I think, there. Oh no, that one, this is where my issue is. How do I get that output? So I think it's got to be this one here. Get rid of that and that. So I still need so I need to get from there to there, and that's going to require a half to there, I think. So if I was to go I think I've got to actually have that connected to there. There it is. Bingo. Alright, so that'll be left will be overflow, and I assume we're going to do coal on the top. And then left overflow and iron like that. And then we'll this I'm going to have that with that one there. Yeah, like that. And then I can have that going to there. And then I can have overflow from this side coming in, joining onto that one. And we have overflow coming down on one location. So here we've got, I think, 300 in total. So we've got 60, 75, and 240. So 315. And then so that's those first. I need to go to my spreadsheet. So I need to go to my steel ingot. So that's the steel pipe we did, the versatile framework, and the explosive rebar for the Pioneer, which is a new one that we're doing while we're doing all this. So now I've got left, I think all I've got to do on the other side at this point is the steel beam for the Pioneer. And then coming up, while we're looking at it, while we're doing this, there's steel pipe for the cluster obelisks. There's steel pipe for the pulse obelisk. and there's heavy modular frames, and encased industrial beams are heavy modular frames. So that's 1, 2, and then that's, so I've got to do 4. I've got 9 I can do along here, so 4, and that 4 would be 8, and then I'll fit one of these other ones in as the 9th one. That's what we'll do. Right, that way when building stuff in advance, so it's 4 at 100% for the steel pipe for the heavy modular frame, and it's 4 at 100% for the steel beam. So I might put those two on the outside edges. So the way I did the 4s before, well actually I'm not going to think about that. I'm going to do how, yeah, I think I know how I'm going to do it. So I'll have that one, yeah, one here. So splitters. So I've got that splitter there. Oops. That splitter there. And then I'm going to mirror this. So it'll be that one there. And that one there. And then that splitter will go there. And that one there. So these are %. That's right. Plain old steel ingots, 100%. Nothing too fancy. Screw the copy and paste. We'll just select it 4 times. And then, so they will be, so that's a Mark 2 for that one, Mark 2 for that one. And I think I'll have that there. No, not that one. That one. That steel ingot. And I'll start at this end with this is for the heavy modular frames. And these will be Yep. These are 180 divide 4 is 45 each. And this will be like that. Perfect. And then I'll have I'm going to repeat that down here. They're all supported. These I actually need to. It's a tough one. But I accept that very tiny amount of clipping compared to the. Well, actually, what does that look like? Compared to the... Yeah, I can't do that one. The stackables is terrible. Or as that looks like it's part of it. And that's holding that one up. Yeah, that's much better. So I'm going to do the same down here. So that means I need there. That one will be here. Just check that. Yep. So that for isn't right. The reason why I haven't blueprinted this is I want to wait till 1.1 comes out and see if I can make blueprints and have these all auto connect, because that would be pretty awesome. was doing weird things to me, but I think everything's okay. Right, that looks good. And then, yeah, there was one in the middle here. This was going to be the, what was this going to be? The cluster Noblisk, and this one's at 50%. But before that, we better put our sign down. So this will all be the same. And oops. This is the steel beams. Right. And then the last one, this one. This one is for a cluster Noblisk. And grab that. And it's 22.5. And then right, so that one will go to there. So then there will be a splitter here. Now, because I've got to deal with overflow, I'm going to try something. How will this work? I want, because I've got to have a splitter here. For all three of them, but I can't have anything out here because it's in the way. If I had a where is it? Smart splitter coming in that way. Naklad, hi Smirk, and what's the plan tonight? We are trying to get our iron ingots redone. Sorry, our steel ingots redone. And because I want to bring trucks in, so I need to clear the bottom floor, so I'm shifting what's on the bottom floor up. And then, yeah. So I'm just working out some logistics. So if that goes to there, and then this one here, I do a 180. And how are you today? Right, so that's there. So that's to there. That's to there. Left would be... Is this going to work? I think this will work. Let's just try it and see what happens. Well, it could be... I might actually change that. From that side. All good things. Hope you're having a good day as well. I am, thank you. It's been a good day so far. Alright, so it'll be iron to the right and iron to the left, and straight ahead will be overflow. And then this is coal. So I can then have this one here. No, that's wrong. That way there, like that. And then there's 180 and 180 is 360. So that will be a mark 4 there. That's a mark 4. And then that'll be a mark 3 to there. And then our overflow, the last thing, which we can put up here, I think. So if I had merger at 5 heading that way, and if I had that I think there, then that will go down there and flip around and join the other merger, and we've got our overflow. and then, so I just want to put support those. No, actually. Redo this. So on these ones I'll do it. And for these ones, well, they are supported. That one's supported between there and there, and that one's supported between there and there. So that's perfect. Yep. All right, so that'll be the only thing is that I want to go up first because I don't like the conveyor belt of the Mark IV touching the tops of the splitters and all that. So that'll take me to here. Actually, hold on. No. To here. And then that comes down to there. And it'll probably... Oh, I'm going to do a double. Where is that? What's interesting is there's so much space in the middle I've left. I may have oversized this particular factory, but maybe not in the future and higher levels. Alright, so that's our overflow. To there. And I'm going to bring it that's the overflow there. So this here is another entry point. That's already Mark IV, Mark IV. So this here. Yep. I'll run it to about to there. Is that? No, I want it to go there. And then I can move that support. But I may actually do it to there. Whoops, fallen off the edge. Oh no, it's not far enough. That's alright, because that was going to be... Ooh, I can change this now actually. Yeah, I can. I can make that neater now. I'll do that to there. Because I can actually do, well, this one to there, and oh, that was off. While I'm here, let's tidy these up, because if I do those there, and that's one hole supported. Well, I could, if I wanted to, do that, and then that makes me feel even more supported. I think that's good. That's not. So that and that I can get rid of. That, I can get rid of that. And I don't need these bits that we're using that are working as pretend supports. And this one here. A little bit distracted, but it's nice to tidy up as you go. Yeah, that looks much nicer now. I'll do the others later. Okay, so next thing is there's going to be a change in that there. That's all right. All right. I've dealt with the overflow. Yeah, what I haven't dealt with is how that's where that's got to come in, and there's also what's got to come in on the other side. Plus I haven't done the outputs. So for these ones, it's got Not one ring. How I did some of these. And then this will be in the center of both of them, which would be would it be there? Yeah, it would be, yeah. Yep, and there was 4 down here. There, I think. Yep. And that's an output of its own. Then over here it was two machines, one machine, and 6 machines. Might do same with this. I quite like this look for pairs. And then that'll be that one is there. And there'll be one here. And they're all marked 2. That's not what I wanted. How did that even think that that was... Oh wow, because it's not... Yeah, that's interesting. It's an unused pole, so to speak. So I thought, oh yeah, that's what you want to connect to. We better hook these up now. because the old production lines are no longer in use. So let's delete the old production line of steel pipes for the Pioneers. So 2 machines, these 2 here. Now this is what I need to fix. So you're this bottom one here. Right. So the way we'll do this is I've got 3 outputs here. Let's say there's one there. This would be the next one. And then this would be or think about it. This is what I'm focused on right now, the steel pipe. But that would be the furthest one away. And then they can go underneath as well. Chablis Gaming, hello, welcome. So one there. That one there. What about if I did no, that one there, because that allows for, so if you had that, no, yeah, that allows for that middle gap, so one will just go underneath. This one here, you're a new one, so you'll probably go higher up. You're a new one, so the only one I have to really think about is the steel beam. Which is 4 machines. That's versatile framework. That's this one, right. So that's this one here. That's steel beam. That's versatile framework, yep. Okay, so that was steel beam. There's still an unused machine there. Probably room for another one. I need to think about doing this with proper alignment. So I'm going to have that will go there. So this is the steel beam. So it was a Mark III. So what I'm going to do is here, yeah, here, yep. Alright, so I'll go and that will come to... Now I've got vehicles that are going to be down here as well, so that's all I've got to think about. Is what I might do then is do this like that. Let's fix this up here. There's going to be a few conveyor belts that need correcting, I think. Right, so that was a steel beam output, which means I get rid of this. That's those ones dealt with. Quite a few things I've got to get rid of here. It's all part of cleaning it out. And then this was I was working on the steel pipe and I got distracted because the steel pipe was coming in and it was which one was it? This one. So that was steel pipe and it was coming along here and I wanted to bring it to where was the steel pipe being made? It was over there, wasn't it? It was over in this corner here. Right. This is the, I just dealt with that. That's the versatile framework. No, that's the, yeah, well, whatever it is. Could have gone higher maybe. Regardless, if it was to come yeah, that's too low. Oh no, it's got to be that high. Okay, so if it came around that height, it could come around to the truck station's in the way. I mean, we're going to get rid of the truck station, don't worry, but there's no reason why. Ah, there is. That one was... This is the... Okay, hold on. Let me make a few things. So I no longer need this because that's an incoming belt. Well, that's the overflow, but yeah, I don't need it anymore at this point. Let's get rid of those. All of this is going. This is the versatile framework. Which is this one here. Is there any reason why? So I'm just thinking, I could shift this one across one. What would that do to me? Would it give me anything useful? No, but what about going higher? The reason it's not higher is because of all this. It's a jigsaw puzzle. That's alright. However, what I can do is oops. That's what I need to do. I'm not thinking about logically. Yep. So all of these other ones are to here. Let's just put it. Okay, so this here. Rightio. Right. One last change to do. If this is the output for the versatile frameworks, I've changed how I'm putting my outputs in the center. So this here means that my versatile framework, which is up here, which is I think this one here. Yep. So this here, that can come I reckon. I'm going to change this and this. Is that? No. Yeah. That to there. And then I could put so this is this one's a versatile framework. I would want it to that. Oh yeah, that's going to be fine. So this one here. Goes. That goes. There. And this is what I was after. And this could go now. I do like the idea of having it above. Perfect. So that's the versatile framework, which should now leave me the room for the steel pipe, I think. So that's what this was, the steel pipe. And I freed up this area here. And the steel pipe was over there. So I could even have it it was this one over here. This was the steel pipe. Yep, so here it could be there. So there is no reason why it couldn't go there and there, and there it is there. I think that would work. A lot of organisation when you do a move like this, but when it's done, it'll be awesome. I think it's going to be there. Yeah, that's it. So then let's go to here. Right, so that's that steel pipe output. That actually... I think it was going to be a Mark II, to be honest. I'm pretty sure. That's a Mark I. Right, well, I'll fix that in a sec. So I don't need that. I don't need those. Right, so I've got that important output for the versatile framework done. I haven't built explosive rebar yet, that's the new one. That's done, the steel pipe. So we'll deal with this output later when we actually need it. This is heavy modular frames. We don't need an output for that right now, that's later. Cluster Noblisk, that's a future one. We'll deal with the output of that when we need it. So I've actually done all the outputs I've needed. Alright, let's get rid of some conveyor belts, our whole layout, that's what we're getting rid of. Oh god. For some reason there's a key combination I do that gets me going to Task Manager. Oh, we're in our limit. So I couldn't select any more. What's going on? We've got some inputs here to deal with. We're only just beginning our setup journey. Yeah. We're rebuilding this whole area. Bryla, how you going? How's the factory building going? It's going quite well, thanks. We're currently redoing the steel ingots so I can change this area into trucks coming in. The time has come. So we're just deleting a few things, like the hole downstairs. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. How are you going? How's your factory? Right, yeah. Get rid of that. Oh, is that my... No, that wasn't. There's a different one. It was an input, but not the one I needed. Where is the best place to set up a steel factory? It's going good. Oh man, there's a lot of places. Wherever there's coal and iron together. Couple of good spots. You've got 4 coal nodes here on the map. And an iron node there. At your lake down here, you've got 4 coal nodes here and an iron node here. I think there's another couple of iron nodes over here. Another good spot's just about here. You got coal nodes. Is it here? No, it's here. You got coal nodes here and iron above. Or the desert. The desert's got this bunch of coal up here and iron everywhere in the desert. Yeah, plenty of options. Plenty of options. Okay, we'll look at these places. No worries. Gaz says northern forest, south edge of it, ran some coal down to the iron nodes and was producing a lot of them. Awesome, Gaz. Good tips. Now, I'm just making sure. I think I have got rid of one I shouldn't have then. This one here. Yeah, I did a bunch of work. Yeah, I don't think I meant to get rid of this one. Let's find out. Can't recall the recipe I was using, but the refineries were involved. Yeah, right. Yeah, there's lots of different ways you can do it. That was going over there. That was a special one going down. And that was going over there. That can change. And then the sink stays there. All right. I'm going to sort the power out here. I think what I'm going to do is, for the moment, I'm going to have a wall here. And we'll put a double there. So I'll put a double. Here, I think. Is that right? That? No, that needs to be there. I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's right. Perfect. And that gives me power, yep. Now that, I just wanted to run this now. Do I know? Actually, I want to go to there. That. Too long. Of course it's too long. Take that to there. And that to there. If I get rid of that, that still has power. And for this one, I think I need to do is get a wall there. I want to go to there. And if I get rid of that, that still has power. So now I can get rid of these ones. And that one there. We should still have power there. And power there. Right, okay. Now. We need to run. I want to have... So currently we have... Well, we had coal coming in from over there. But I don't think we need to. I've got 3 coals here and they can all be 480s. And I know on this floor there will be, I'm going to do some notes. So that would be south and that's north. Okay. Alright, so floor to south equals, oops, that was 180. So 360, 382.5. And floor to north was 240 and 60, that's 300, 315. And then apparently on this floor these machines need 300 and they're 30 short. Well, that's because they were on Mark 3. That can be fixed with the update with our Mark 4 belts. That's 45 and 90, that's 135. And another 135, that's 270. And another 30 is 300. So the third, yep, okay, so that's 300. So this is floor 1 north. It's 300. And then that's north, yep. So this is south. $216 plus 6 is 222. 267. That was 267 on this side. So if we had a, so if I 270, I've just realistically said 270. Even had 120, 240. Well, so based on those notes, if there was 480 coming out in all of these, then there'd be 180 spare. And that'd be like 97.5 spare. And that one would be, no, that's not right. 480. 480 minus 382.5, which should be 90. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 97.5 spare, yep. And 480 minus 315 is 165. So I could take the spare from floor 1 north and floor 2 north and have what I needed for floor 1 south. As simple as that. That would work. So take spare from floor 1 north and floor 2 north to provide floor 1 south. Interesting. Okay. So to do that, how would I do that? I would probably say Chablis, as simple as that. Yeah, that's it. Just click the fingers and we'll be right. Bob's your uncle. Yep, okay, so 3 coal and 3 coal. 3 coal and 3 iron, so that's 6. Okay. The reason I'm talking this through is I want to have, currently the coal was coming in from over here, which is fine, 3 of them, and the 3 iron were coming in from over this side. And I actually had a 4th one coming in with the explorers, which I don't want to do now. We will in the future. But I'm going to, instead of conveyor belting these in, I'm going to truck these in. The because they're just over there. I can put a, I think I'll put a loading station maybe on top over there. And have the vehicles come in and collect it. So my goal, my idea was with the truck stations, I'm just going to put one here so I can just copy it and grab it when needed. I was going to drive down the middle and you could go left or right. And maybe I've had, I could have coal down one side and iron down the other. So I could have quite a few, to be honest. If thinking about it, starting off with, I have to take into consideration, I want to leave these outside rows. That's an output and an output, so that's fine. And I could have just how many? So if a vehicle, let's be realistic here. If you're driving a truck along, there would be enough room there. So if you're coming in as a truck, this is what I've got to think about. Is this is a thoroughfare through here? What's the bounding box? I want the vehicle to come in here. As soon as they turn in, they're going to do whatever. And then I want to have a path. I was thinking they would come in and just exit out that way, but if there's multiple, I don't know if it's possible. There's a kind of, I think what I will do is allow for 3 truck stations and a nice gap between them. If I did that, and then we, so that would put me at about, if I did them that way, that leaves that much gap between them, which is a generous amount. So you can come in this way and go in and exit. This center one, you would have to exit out down there. Now, if we did it the other way, where we had the stations to be, had one. Two. Yeah, it would be there. It's tough goal. Let's say 3. And then you have well, you could have 4 with generous spacing. And if you had 4 with generous spacing, you could then have, if the next one was, let's say, because you've got to allow for logistics at the back. You could actually have one, so 4. We could fit 12 down here. Maybe 11 because we've got the awesome sink. That's not bad. So initially 6 will be taken up by coal and iron, and then future ones would be, because I'm going to use coke, so it'd be coke and iron, I believe. Yeah, petroleum, coke and iron. So, and I can train it in later, but it'd be nice to have, there's a lot of iron around, to have it all coming in trucks. So 6, I'm going to have another, well, 5 more iron coming in. I think we're going to do that. I like that layout. It's going to be start off with that one there. And then I think so that had a full 2. I think actually this will space quite nicely. Yeah, that's it. That's going to work really well. So I just need to get this spacing right. So let's do this far row was here. Oh wow, Avon was generous. Oh, actually, if we do these this way a bit, we'll probably get 12 in, including the awesome sink. Yeah. Even if I had that halfway. Come back here. So yeah, that would be every 2. Catch you, Gaz. Have a good sleep. Alright, that to there. I still think we're only get 11 in, but I think that's a nice layout. Absolutely, Gaz. We'll give Randy pats. Absolutely. This one. Here. Yep. So then my middle one will be probably this one here. There's a gap of 3. Yeah. Got it lined up with that one. Yep. That looks about right there. And I need to move this one. And yeah, that'll just be, yeah. So it's 11. There's plenty of room. Excellent. So I think I want all this to be coated. Yeah. Maybe just these ones. Now I'm unsure. Did I unlock all my patterns? I think I did, yeah. So I think I'm just going to put can you change the color of the arrows? I assume it's this concrete structure swatch. Yep. And that actually works really well with the spacing. Perfect. Probably kind of like it there actually. And that's one here, this one here. Truck can still exit that way, so they've got the conveyor belts to the right height. Now is that? Yeah, just looked a bit off, but no, it's good. Rightio. Yeah, those ones are off. But it's because they're lying. Oh no, they are off, yeah. I want it to be there. Yeah. Right, so Oh, I wish you could cycle the wall outlets by the... Don't get me started. And actually this one. Don't need that anymore. And I might actually check. Yeah, this awesome sink. So I can get rid of that now. Now that's how power was getting up. I might change that over here because I've yeah, on the far side of this factory, I think we're going to do it. And then I'll do, so that joins to there, and I think it's just a simple it connected straight over to there. Yep. With that. So we'll get rid of that. And then we'll just go maybe not to there. There. And I can go to there. They just say they've got power if I look at them. Yep. So we'll do the same with this one. So that one's going to go that was wrong. And that's just the roof at the moment. There's nothing else up here. Alright. So they should all now have power. Yep. So I can get rid of that. I can get rid of that. we don't need power coming over this way. Right. Making progress. Now, I think I want to have no, I was thinking that I wanted to have programmable splitters. Oh, sorry. Smart splitters on the back of the machines. But I've got that on the front of everything. So that dictates, that'll prevent any incorrect stuff going, and overflow will just go to the sink. So if we went with coal's going to come from over there. So if we started off with coal as these first three, and then I could do iron as these next three. So route 1, route 2 and route 3. Yep, so unload station. Let's just go through the trouble now and make them all unload stations, and then it's done. Control C, no, you can't copy. Try. So at this point, it looks like I've built it so that there's a clear path through. Yep. Lovely. Right, so coal number 1, unload. Coal number 2, unload. Coal number 3, unload. And this will be iron ore. And there we go. So with these 11 stations, they're consuming 220 megawatts of power because they are 20 megawatts non-stop. That's a consideration. And I'd say all of these will be we'll just continue to do these as iron. 4, 5, 6, 'so there'll be 8 of these. 7, 8. Perfect. Then okay, so coal output for the first one, and these are all going to be Mark 4. I think. And that's 7. Let's use this as a guide. We can just go in there. Alright, so that comes into there. So my notes said floor 1 south. That's this one. This is going to get the excess from the sum of floor 1 north overflow and floor 2 north overflow. So for that, so that could come straight up. No, it's there. But I think I should. No, actually, that does make more sense to be there. Why is it not clicking? Because I've set the belt direction wrong. Just going to make a note of that. Where are we? Right. Yep, that's what it was. So this is coal, which means it's top tier. Alright, so I can run Is that in a normal alignment? It is, yeah. So if that was... I'm going to do something about that power cable. It's not the best spot for it. But neither is the center. Yeah, so if I run it that way, so it needs to be the old micro nudge doesn't really work sometimes. I'll deal with that later. Now hold on, I did this differently. I had my overflow. That's right. Yeah, and then, so then I'll, yeah. I think, yeah, I don't know, I'm going to think about this for a second. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up actually, because it's going to start to get complicated and I've got work tomorrow and, you know, life and things. I'll do a better job of this with a clear mind. Boomer, thanks for stream. No worries. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you. We'll head back over here. We'll look how many coupons we've made. But this is going to look really nice. This is going to function really well. Looking forward to seeing the trucks come through here. Brelair Gaming, thanks for stream. See you next time. Thank you. Appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, it's coming along nicely, that Steel Ingot factory. I'm really looking forward to seeing all those trucks moving around. Shably, yep, Tully, thanks for a chill stream. Not a problem at all. I'm glad that's how it is. I love myself a chill stream. Alright, let's go and see. There won't be many coupons today because my steel production's stopping a lot of things from being made because it's not running. That's okay. 2 coupons today. See, normally I'd have 4 or 5, so not having that steel is making a big difference. Yeah, because I've only got, I don't have automated wiring, and I don't have versatile framework coming in. So yeah, all I'm doing is getting the smart plating coupon points, and a lot of other products as well, but yeah. But we're getting there. Rightio, that was a build heavy episode, or maybe a destroy heavy, because we were getting rid of everything on that bottom floor of the Steel Ingot factory and working out the placement of all of the truck stations And I'm really happy with how I've organised it all. And we will next episode go through and place all of we'll connect all of those truck stations up to the foundries, and we'll get the steel process running again. But we also will need to build the truck station set up at the sources ends as well. There's the coal and the iron. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of work, but I'm looking forward to it. It's coming along nicely. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.